Welcome back to the Diaz Traveling Show, episode number 2. So we're getting ready to leave on our trip for 1 year. Before we do, we're actually going to say goodbye to one very important person here in Calgary, which is Dominic's Uncle Dommy. Now, Uncle Dommy's been around all as much as he can, but he's leaving for the Northwest Territories, so we didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him before we left. So we were spending a lot of time with him a few months prior to us leaving Calgary. Dom's going to be extremely sad that he's not going to get to see his Uncle Dommy for a long time, but hopefully it's not going to be for that long.
Points of contact. Yeah, hold up, hold, now drop your foot. Yeah, now bring this one around. Yes! Nice work.
Now, Uncle Dommy got a job down in Australia, and if all goes well and the borders open up, we'll be down with him in Australia bouncing around on some kangaroos. So fingers crossed.
All right, man.
No problem.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Push that.
Way easier than grabbing.
You have to pull that up.
Once at the airport, the feelings of excitement were really coming over us as we were finally getting ready to leave because it was such a long time coming. Once we got settled on the plane, it was pretty relaxing for a lot of us, but once we actually woke up, it was almost surreal that we were finally leaving Calgary. Now, one final stop before we actually leave Canada is heading off to Nova Scotia. Now, this was an important visit because we haven't seen the family in over 2 years, and if we didn't get a chance to see them before we left, it would be the longest amount of time that we've ever gone without seeing our family out in Halifax. And that would just be way too long for us. Now, if you were Donna's parents, can you imagine not seeing your favorite son-in-law in Calgary for over 3 years? And I'm sure that Donna would agree with me. It would be like not seeing the sunshine for 3 years. It would be absolutely heartbreaking for me to do that to them, and I wouldn't dare do that. So we had to make it a mission for us to make it out there. And I'm sure that seeing Dominic was just an added bonus, so you're welcome, Mom and Dad. I just hope you guys are grateful that we're babysitting your grandkid for the next year.
Who's this guy?
So on top of getting to spend time with his grandparents, Dominic also gets to spend time with his 2 cousins in Halifax. We get to see them as well, and it's fantastic when we all get together, but it doesn't even come close seeing Dom with his 2 cousins and them playing around and just the sheer amount of fun that he's having with all of them.
I guess they're excited to see each other. Oh, you guys are all gonna fit under the bed. Fine, I'm gone.
You could see that this trip was well worth it, and it was an absolute must before we take off for the year.
Where'd you come from? Calgary?
It's always difficult leaving family behind, especially if you're gone for a long trip. But living across the country from them, we've made it a mission to see them as much as we can. And that being said, we're actually booking a trip back for Christmas and New Year's, and then we're going to continue with our trip overseas once again. But until then, stay tuned for our next update to find out where we end up next. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Oh, and on a side note, I just realized that I messed up, and on our Instagram it says The Diaz Traveling Show, and on the website it says The Traveling Diaz Show. So I'm sorry for that, but that's the way it is. So take care, and hopefully that doesn't confuse you too much.